Okay, so anyway, I went on here, and this is a lie. These are lies, because I've already seen teleportation happen. I've already seen it happen, so I can just deduce that this is bullshit. Um, Wikipedia likes to post a lot of bullshit. Um, I'm just saying, hold on. So as y'all can see, there's clearly some stuff on here that y'all just like. Do you see all this empty space? Like, I feel like there's stuff there that's supposed to be there that's just not being spoken about, just for the hell of it, because y'all like to be annoying. Um, but anyway, so give me 1 second. Where was she? Where was she? Where was she? This woman is immortal, and y'all be fucking playing that whole like, oh no, Cher's just like, she's just a strong, independent woman that always strives and pushes forward. And not only that, but she has good genes. She has good genes. Oh, and she's gotten work done. She's gotten work done. It's like, wait, hold up, like, 1 second. Okay, so let's look at pictures of 76-year-olds in general. Tell me, like, what this person would look like if they had work done. Like, just give me 1 second. Let's just say this woman got Botox. Like, do you really think that she's going to come out looking like this? Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Something's just not adding up. Hold on. This nigga gay. Hold on. Like, what do you mean? Did she get work done on her energy? Because, I mean, she's definitely delivering this whole fucking, like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, did she get work done on her energy? Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Did she get work done on her energy? Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Do I have to say it again? I mean, she might have gotten Botox, but did she get work done on her energy? Hold on, let's see. So this was a few months ago. I mean, like, I really feel like she's trying to play it off. Like, like, I can't do those dance moves that I could do in the past because I'm obviously an older woman. But look, you see, it's starting to show. It's starting to show. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it's starting to show that she got all that energy. Like, hold on, give me 1 second. Like, you see right here, right here. Like, she tried to pull it at the beginning, like, oh no, I'm too old, blah, blah, blah. But here. Like, hold on, look. Look at her hand, and look at that energy, that forceful energy she starts putting in. Give me 1 second. Like, you see, like, it starts showing. Like, she can't hide it. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And then, hold on. Then she was here. Hold on. Like, you know how they say energy doesn't lie? So she's a 76-year-old woman doing this. With that voice. So hold on, look at her face, and you're gonna be like, well, she's wearing heavy makeup, she's doing all this, blah, 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 and y'all always have like some fucking crazy ass fucking excuse. But let's look at the stereotypical, I'm so old, my body's withering, 76-year-old woman. Like, do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see where I'm getting at with this? Like, do you understand where I'm getting at? Like, let's just say, hold on. Plastic surgery. I mean, even with work done, like, do you see what I'm talking about? Like, even with work done, do you understand what I'm talking about? Give me 1 second. Even, this is a 66-year-old woman. She's 10 years younger than Cher. Even with work done, do you understand what I'm talking about? And of course, you're gonna be like, how dare you disrespect her dignity? It's like, no, I'm saying, like, y'all are out here flat out shape shifting, just like Lady Gaga flat out called it out on the Kimmel show. She's like, I enjoy shape shifting. I've always enjoyed shape shifting. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Hold on. I'm just saying, something's not adding up with Cher. Something is not adding up. I just went over what a fucking 76-year, like, look, even with work done, like, they still look older. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Hold on. She's a 68-year-old woman. She still looks older, even with work done. And of course, you're gonna be like, but Cher has more money. Cher has more money. Blah 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 blah. Okay, well, let's find a rich woman that has a lot of money. Hold on. Billionaire women. Let's type in billionaire women. No, not these hoes. I'm talking about, okay, Alice Walton. Isn't she like the Walmart, like, heiress? Okay, so she is 73 years old. She's 3 years younger than Cher and has $58.8 billion. And of course, now y'all are gonna resort to the whole bit. It's her genes. It's her genes. Like, do you see how y'all aren't adding up now? So first it was her plastic surgery. Now it's her genes. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, pick one. Pick what is making Cher not only look like this at age 76, but also have the energy of like a flat out fucking 15-year-old. A 15-year-old that's theatrically making it, like, acting like she's older. Do you understand? Because she's, look, hold on. Like, hold on. Give me 1 second. There's this part where I'm like she's trying to play it like she's like weak and falling apart. Do you understand? Like, the theatrics, she's playing it as if she's like weaker because she's gotten older. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But something's not adding up because the energy just isn't matching up. Do you understand? So this is a whole, do you understand? A billionaire that can easily get work done looking her age. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And of course, you're gonna pull that feminist nonsense where it's like, why are you pitting women together? Why are you putting women up against each other? Women have to strive. Women have to work. Women have to survive. Women must rise above. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Oh, and then y'all claim, but she's not a celebrity, so she doesn't have to do work done. She's not always in the public eye. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Y'all don't add up. Y'all don't fucking add up. Hold on. So give me another, let me see, where's that other video? This one right here, this was 3 months ago. She's wearing platform heels, so things aren't adding up. How are you a 76-year-old woman? Like, do you understand? But yet she's trying to play it like, I'm striving forward. I'm this older woman that's striving forward, and I'm pushing forward, and I'm still going. I'm still doing it for my fans. I have to push forward. I have to stay strong. I have to do this. I'm getting elderly. I'm so elderly, but I'm still pushing. No, I don't believe it, Cher. Don't pull it. You can't get surgery on fucking energy. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Well, technically, in a sense, you can, but I'm talking about, like, the soul. Like, this bitch is a fucking immortal. Give me 1 second. Like, what? Like, do you see this? them platform heels. And then she's just walking down the catwalk like it ain't nobody's fucking business. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? And then the song, like, do you hear the song? I'm strong enough, la la. Like, she's trying to, it's like this idea. It's like this theatrical idea that she's like pushing forward and pushing forward and pushing forward, still pushing forward. She's not giving up. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, she doesn't have to even do that. She's already immortal. Anyway. Look at this woman clearly and look at her walking down this catwalk. I mean, like, she's walking down this runway like it ain't nobody's business at age 76. Now let's go back to the 76-year-old women. Tell me, does this look like the type of person that would be walking down with that fucking energy down the fucking catwalk? Hold on. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm telling you, there's a lot of theater going on. Not only that, hold on. Here's the flat out US government. Flat out stating that telepathy is real. Flat out. Just flat out. And fine words though. They didn't flat out say, oh, well, telepathy is real. No. They said it in fine words. Based on mirror neurons properties, viewers are emotionally engaged when observing others, even when not actively engaging. In other words, telepathy. This is coming from a government website, the National Library of Medicine, the National Center for Biotechnology Information. Let's go back. This is a whole Harvard doctor talking about how telepathy, clairvoyance, and knowledge of future events and ESP are phenomena, as in they are undeniable facts. They are observable facts. Do you understand what a fact is? Hold on. What is a fact? Can facts be argued? And hold on. Page by, yes. Yes, you use facts. What are you talking about? Never mind. This is stupid. What? Facts are no longer convincing? Hold on. Let's go to the dictionary. Hold on. It is a thing that is known or proved to be true. So you can't argue against that. Do you understand what I mean? Like, for example, this is a vape. It's a fact that this is a vape. Are you gonna sit there and call it a donkey and be like, no, that's a donkey, get over it, that's just what it is? Do you understand what I'm talking about? The truth about events as opposed to interpretation. Like, it's just true. And this is coming from a Harvard doctor and the US government itself. The US government. Let's look up what the US government is. What is the US government? And then a lot of you want to say, like, the US government is bad. You can't trust the US government. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Let me see. What does the US government do for its citizens? Hold on. Okay, so y'all want to say that the US government doesn't care. Hold on. The US government isn't to be trusted. Okay? All right, so we all have Social Security. Just by reading this, what's Social Security? Security that's social. You have security, Social Security. Okay. Anyway, college loan programs help millions who might otherwise not be able to afford higher education. U.S. Postal Service inspection programs help prevent mail fraud. Yeah, the U.S. Postal Service is a fucking government organization. Like, why would you say that you can't trust the U.S. government? Like, try sending, okay, have you ever gotten a package in the mail and actually had it, like, got it in the fucking mail and had received, and nothing happened to it? Like, you went on eBay and fucking got it? So why are you saying you can't trust the government if all of your packages get to you? Like, do you understand what I mean? Anyway, Medicare provides government health care for seniors. Food stamps protect family facing hardships. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Let me find something. The federal minimum wage law, for example. Why can't you trust the U.S. government? You have a minimum wage. Like, it's not like you're getting, it's slavery. Like, do you understand? Like, you can actually sue somebody for paying you below the fucking minimum wage, like paying you a fucking cent per fucking hour. Do you understand what I mean? Like, you can sue someone. The family of hold on. This is very capitalistic and not very spiritual, just to say the least. Copyrighted child-resistant packaging rules reduced. Like, do you understand? So you're over here claiming that you can't trust the U.S. government, but they're flat out ensuring that you're not getting poisoned. Do you understand? Public education is available to every child. The reason why you can read, the reason why public schools exist and why you know your ABCs and you're literate is because of the U.S. government, and you're using that literacy to claim that the U.S. government isn't to be trusted. Inspection of meat, dairy, and food protects against contamination and disease. So when was the last time you went to the fucking store? Like, I know there are times here and there where, you can get sick. That's like there's sometimes, but I'm talking about collectively in general. Do you go to the store and just find like rotting food all over the fucking place? Never. I'm telling you, in my entire life, I have never been to a supermarket anywhere in this entire fucking country. Anywhere in this entire country. I've lived in New York City. I never for 1 second ever ran into a fucking store and saw rotting food. Lived in Texas, never saw rotting food. Been to supermarkets in other states. I've been to supermarkets in Illinois, never saw rotting food. Supermarkets in California, never saw rotting food. Supermarkets in Arizona, never saw rotting food. Supermarkets in Florida, I never saw rotting food. Supermarkets in Puerto Rico, I never have ever seen in Puerto Rico a single fucking rotting fucking item. Anyway, school lunch regulations mandate nutritious meals. I mean, them meals were kind of ratchet, but they weren't poison, to say the least. They weren't poison, but they weren't gourmet. I'll say that. They weren't gourmet. I'd definitely say the food in Puerto Rico at the schools over there, the public schools over there, were definitely gourmet as opposed to the food here in Texas. Anyway, federal dams provide electrical power, flood control, and irrigation. Okay, so the government is over here making dams so that you can get electrical power, and you're over here claiming that the government can't be trusted. Hold on. Highways, the fucking highways, like, y'all, we have highways. Do you understand? I don't know about all this. But I'll just say that. I don't know about all that, but I don't know about this one, number 25. I don't know about this one, but anyway. Military doctors eliminated diseases. Like, do you understand? Like, you can't trust the U.S. government, but they flat out just provided everyone with fucking free coronavirus vaccines. Regulations prevent the sale of alcohol and tobacco to minors. I mean, yeah, minors can get access to them, like, illegally, but you can't be a minor and flat out walk into a store as a child and be like, hi, can you give me some cigarettes and alcohol? Like, do you understand what I mean? The U.S. Weather Service provides storm and hurricane warnings. Like, do you understand? Why are you stating that you can't trust the U.S. government when the U.S. government flat out gives you meteorology? You keep up with the fucking weather. You know what the fuck's going the fuck on. FEMA, like we've had help from FEMA when the hurricanes came through. Hold on. The Library of Congress, the Library of, hold on, the National Library. No, this isn't the one. The National Library of Medicine. Hold on. Obviously, yes, like literally, look at this. When have you gone to an airport and you didn't go through security? Do you understand what I'm talking about? When have they just let you right in without going through security? And then they hire the best of the best when it comes to TSA because it's a whole bunch of loud, ghetto black women that you don't want to fuck with. Do you understand? Like, hold on. Let me find something else. How do you not trust the government that educates you? Like, dude, you know your ABCs. You know how to fucking read. You know what voting is. You know what government is. You know what else? You know what, like, dude, like, you know these things because you were fucking educated by the fucking government. You went to school technically for free because it was paid for by taxes. I don't know about this one, though. Many of us owe our lives literally to the government. I mean, when it comes to education, probably. But I don't know about this one because I wish I could just go and fucking see a doctor right now. Really wish I could just go and get some dental care. Just fucking get it. Do you understand? Instead of suffering. Building our transportation networks. Obviously, like, I mean, literally we have highways. Look at North Korea, for example. Investing in communications. Obviously, we have a great communication system. Like, what is it? What is it with y'all fucking talking about? We can't trust the U.S. government. I can read this because the U.S. government provided education. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So anyway, let's go back to this woman. She's a fucking immortal. I'm just gonna keep it right there. And y'all are over here trolling and playing it like as if she's just like this elderly woman that's striving forward. She's pushing forward despite all odds. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She's pushing forward and she never gives up. That's the theater that y'all are engaging in. She never gives up. She's a strong woman. She's independent. She's Armenian. She has genes and also plastic surgery. Like I just mentioned earlier, pick one. It's either her genes or it's the work done. You can't have both. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And also simultaneously, did she get the plastic surgery on her energy? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because, hold on. Let me type this in. Like, 76-year-old grandma. Like, do you understand? Okay, like, this is nonsense. Do you understand how this is funny? Like, how this makes no sense? 76-year-old grandmother taken back to prison for not answering phone call? Like, do you understand? Do you understand how that makes no sense? Like, she's not taken to jail, but flat out prison. And you can clearly tell just by looking at her that she's a decent woman. And so this is obviously trolling. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is another type of Cher woman. You know, she tries to make it seem like, no, I'm just strong and I work out every day and I strive and push forward and never give up. I never ever give up. And it's also mindset. It's mindset. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? How it doesn't make sense? Like, something isn't adding up. Something isn't adding up. It's with all these older people generally. Hold on. And y'all are gonna be like, well, Cher's gonna go downhill when she reaches 80 type shit. It's like, bitch, that's 4 years away. What are you talking about? She looks just fine right now. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, weird, uncanny shit that's happening. Hold on. Hold on. You see, this is weird, because let me tell you something. While I was growing up, my grandmother, like, she was like in her late 60s while I was growing up, and my grandmother was always like, I'm so old and my days are over. My days are over and Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. And she would always walk like, hold on, like, do you hear this? She had no health problems at all. She had no health problems while I was growing up. No health problems. But she would walk so, and she was like in her late 60s. And she would walk so slowly everywhere. But for some strange reason, always had the energy to spank me with the ruler or the chancla. She would put the chancla, she would pull the chancla out or the ruler and spank me if I was acting out of line. So I'm just saying something's not adding up, because my grandma really played the theatrical, I'm the withering, and she was my great grandmother. She wasn't even my grandmother, but she was like in her 60s. And she would be like, I just can't move forward, and I'm getting older and older and older. And she never had health problems. That's the thing, like, never had health problems. But she would always play this character of like being the elder. Like, she only had energy for 3 things: to pull out the ruler, to spank me with it, pull out the chancla to spank me with it, or when she was at church, because she would be throwing down at church. She would be getting heavy at church and pulling out the instruments and saying la 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 and all this stuff, you know. Pentecostal, to say the least. Pentecostals are loud. They are loud Christians, and she was a loud Christian. And I'm just saying, like, she always played this like Jesus is coming back, and then would walk in her would sit in her rocking chair and sit there for like a good 2 hours and watch TV and rock ever so slowly. Rock ever so slowly and just be like, Jesus is coming, and blah blah, and I need my daily nap, and I can't make it without my early coffee. But then magically, like, she would always get up. Like, I'm just telling you, it's just weird. Something weird is happening, because my grandma, like, despite having no energy and being this old elderly woman, she would always wake up like before the fucking sun came out type shit, like at 4 in the fucking morning, and just like literally have everything. Like, it was always like an organized thing for her. She would wake up, get breakfast and coffee ready nonstop. I never saw my grandma she played it off as if she had no energy, but she was always well dressed, which is weird as hell. She was always well dressed. The house was always clean. She always cooked me breakfast. She would cook for the entire family. But every day, like, that's the thing. Like, she would always like come up to me and be like, Jesus viene, Cristo viene, Cristo viene. And then she'd be like, and then sit down and then just like be like very like put on this like weak character, because she was like this withering older woman that now, like, I didn't understand when I was younger, but now that I'm older I get it. She was like in her 70s or her late 60s. Something wasn't adding up. I never actually knew my actual grandmother's birthday. Like, she told me she was born in 1919. So hold on, let me see. But I never actually got that confirmed. I never actually saw documents that told me when she was born. So hold on. I was born in 1993. But I'm telling you, like, something isn't adding up, because my family would tell me, like, different things about her. So, okay, so yeah, she was 74 when I was like a kid. She was like around like Cher's age. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She, hold on, she was about Cher's age. Do you understand? And my grandma, she didn't even look like these women here. Hold on, give me 1 second. She never looked like these like elderly women here. She looked more like she was in her 90s. She looked very, 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 very old. Like, I don't know how to describe it. She just looked very, very old. Very, very old. And she would walk around and just be like, and she didn't have any teeth. I was born and she never had any teeth. And for as long as I can remember, I never saw her with teeth. And she was always like, I can't. And I'm being serious. She never like had any health problems. There weren't like do you understand? Like, she never had health problems. She was just a really weak old woman. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is all theatrical. And my grandma didn't die because teleportation is real. Because technically, if teleportation is real, that means you can teleport your entire fucking body and teleport into a fucking new one. And that means that there's a soul underneath all of that. Do you understand what I mean? There has to be some type of soul that's alive underneath all of this. Hold on, give me 1 second. Underneath all of this, there has to be, like I mentioned earlier, there has to be like soul particles. Like, there's atoms and stuff and blah blah blah, but there has to be like some type of soul particles underneath all of this. Like, do you understand what I mean? That's like manipulating the rest of this like more more superficial energy. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm just saying there has to be a soul underneath, like a soul particles or something. Like, they say that the soul is immaterial, but it's obviously material, because material stuff is information and material stuff has substance. And why would you say that the soul doesn't have substance? So anyway, give me 1 second. So my grandma, like, do you understand? My grandma, like, she was older. Like, I remember, okay, I have a picture actually of when I was a baby. I'm not gonna post it here because it's just too much for me. It's too much work right now. But hold on. I have a picture of my grandma holding me when I was a baby. And to say the very fucking least, she did not look like this. She looked like a very, very, very elderly woman. And of course, I'll be like, well, it's just genes. It's genes. It's genes. What are you talking about? If anything, my grandma is more like closer to like Armenian genes than anything, because we're fucking Puerto Rican, dude. A lot of Spanish people and people from like Catalonia type of like regions, because my family's like from that area. Spain, Catalonia. We were taken over a very long time ago by the Ottoman Turks. And a lot of Spanish people look like fucking Arabs. And Armenians, as much as they try to paint it like, oh no, we're suffering and the Arabs are coming after us and the Turks hate us, blah, 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 and all of that, they're practically of the same blood. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, it don't matter what fucking, like, it's kind of like saying, it's kind of like people from like Lebanon getting pissed off at Israelis. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's like, nigga, bitch, y'all of the same blood. What you talking about? Like, y'all look the fucking same. Y'all look the fucking same. Don't play that shit. Like, they try to paint it like Israelis try to make it seem like Jew is a fucking race to begin with. Number one, Jew is not a race, it's a religion. Judaism is a fucking religion. It's not a race. Number two, like, y'all look more Arab than anything. Y'all look Middle Eastern. Hold on, let me type this in. Israeli man. Like, bitch, tell me this ain't no fucking, like, I don't want to say Arab because they'll be like, oh, how dare you. No, this man looks Middle Eastern. This is an Israel, like, do you understand? Israeli men look Middle Eastern because they're from the fucking Middle East. And Turkish people, like, look like they're fucking middle, like, dude, I'm just saying, Turkish people, like, have, like, a Middle Eastern look. I'm just gonna keep it right there, okay? And so technically, if anything, my grandma is more closely genetically related to Cher and Armenian people in general than she is to like fucking Sam Walton. Like, do you understand what I mean? Give me 1 second, because y'all trying to paint it and be like, no, it's just genes, it's just genes. Well, why did my grandma at age 74 look like she was like fucking like 99? Do you understand what I'm talking about? And would walk around all over the place talking about like, oh, my days are, and she would say stuff like that. She would be like, my days are numbered. My days are numbered. I see it soon. God is coming. Christ is coming. And then would just like drag. She wouldn't pick up her feet, but for some strange reason, but I'm only picking this up now. Like back when I was a kid, I wouldn't analytically think about what she was doing. Do you understand? Now looking back on it, it's like, but you would wear heels for church. Like she would always wear heels and would put on like these like pantyhose type thing for church and would dress up and put makeup on and blah, blah, blah. And then there was like, I swear, like probably like 10 years later after the fact, like she stopped wearing makeup to church and started claiming that it was a sin. Like, but anyway, like my grandma, and that's another thing I noticed. She was always elderly and older, but she never aged on top of that. Like, do you understand what I mean? She never got older on top of the elderly. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Hold on. But she would always wear heels to church. But at home, she would always ensure to like drag her feet and be like, oh, no, it's nap time. And then like oddly, she would wake up and then just like cook for us and have like dinner ready for everyone. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, and then she got on a plane by herself. Like, I always found that part really odd when I was a kid, because she came to visit us in Texas. And I was like really weirded out by that, but I never called it out because I was like, I don't know, like I thought it was kind of rude, but like I was really weirded out at the fact that my grandma like got on a plane by herself and came here by herself. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Because I always perceived her as like this like elderly woman that always like she obviously needed some assistance like that, because like she couldn't travel very far distances, but she flat out got on a plane and flew all the way here. And I thought, like, I don't know, like the airport's kind of like a hectic place for my grandma. That's the way I always perceived it. Like, she's like a very slow walking woman. And I was like very surprised, like something's really odd here for me, but I never mentioned anything about that. Hold on. Like, dude, she's older than my grandma. Like, I remember my earliest memories of my grandma was when I was like two or three. Like, I remember back then, like I really remember being that young. And earliest memories of my grandma, this man's gay. Okay, anyway, earliest memories of my grandma are definitely not in this realm. And she's older than my grandma was whenever I was born, according to what people say, saying that she was born in 1919. She was, I'm telling you, I have a picture of her holding me when I was literally an infant. Like, I was literally born like maybe 2 hours ago, and she was holding me at the hospital. And she just looks like this elderly woman. I'm talking about not even like this. Hold on, like, yes, elderly. I'm talking about elderly, like this, like this, like elderly, like this, like elderly. Yes, like this, exactly like this. Like, I can't even, like, I'm just saying, something's not adding up. Elderly, I'm talking about elderly, holding me when I was an infant. And like I said, like, she never, in all of my years, she died when I was 18. Something's not adding up. I'm just saying something's not adding up with telepathy and teleportation being real. So she died when I was 18. But in all of those 18 years that I knew her, she was always like, she never aged. Like, she always looked the same elderly. Like, do you understand what I mean? Like, she didn't wither in the sense of like, she withered as like, do you understand what I mean? Like she got older in her elderly ages. Do you understand what I mean? So, and then the thing is, she didn't even die from old age. She like, this is what I'm saying, like things aren't adding up, and I feel like my mom's lying, everyone's fucking lying, everyone's fucking lying. Everyone is fucking lying and trying to make it seem like, oh, death is imminent. Even my mom says that stuff. Like my mom has said that before. She said, Cristo viene, like God is, like Jesus is coming. And like, you know, just like painting it like, I don't know, like this very dramatic theatrical thing. And like my grandma didn't die of old age. She just like randomly, this is what I'm talking about, it just makes no sense. She was always elderly, but she never had health problems. And my mom told me that she was like a cigarette smoker for like 40 years, like before I was born. She smoked like a chimney. That's what my mom described her as. Smoked like a chimney. But I never once saw, like my grandma never had health problems. Like she wasn't on an oxygen tank. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She was never on an oxygen tank. I'm just saying things aren't adding up. And then like out of nowhere, when I was 18, out of nowhere, my grandma like got diabetes, which makes no, like, it just makes no sense because she wasn't like, she always ate extremely healthy. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, she got diabetes out of nowhere. And then she got gangrene out of nowhere. Knowing my grandma was always up to date with her health. Do you know what gangrene is? That's like, that happens, that's like necrosis. And that happens from neglect. Like, that means that you didn't take care of a rotting piece of meat in your body. You didn't take care of that in time. And it ended up like the necrosis spread. And it ended up like harming the rest of your fucking body. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So that comes out, hold on. That happens out of neglect. Hold on. That's why Bob Marley died. Do you understand what I'm talking about? That's why Bob Marley died, because he just didn't take care of the condition. Like, you have to go, in order for this not to spread, you have to go and get it taken care of so that you don't have to get like your foot amputated or something. So anyway, I swear to God, it was the most absurd thing now thinking about it. Like, it's the most absurd way to die, knowing my grandma. She was always up to date with her health. Like, she never had health problems, but she would always be up to date with her health. Like, she would go to the doctor and stuff, but she never had health problems. And then out of nowhere, she like got diabetes. And then out of nowhere, this is why I'm saying things aren't adding up. Out of nowhere, she got gangrene. And then like nobody took, like, the way it was painted, it's like nobody took care of it. And my grandma was she was a very popular woman, to say the least. And people loved her all over Fajardo, Puerto Rico. Everyone loved her. And she was very popular. She was very popular in the political sphere. I'm just saying, my grandma was a popular woman. Well known in the church, like well known in the city, well known. Like, I would say like a local celebrity that was respected, more like a congresswoman. You know what I'm talking about? Like, congress people, you generally don't see like getting attacked like they're Lady Gaga. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because I'm telling you, my grandma's house was like the house where it was at. Like, people would go there consistently from around the town and just like talk to her and blah 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 and all this stuff. But anyway, so I'm just saying, like, how did my grandma, to say the least, her funeral, which I didn't go to, weirdly so, because my mom said, oh, we have no money and blah blah blah, so you can't go to your great grandmother's funeral who you grew up with. So I wasn't there, but everyone else was there. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Anyway, so my grandma died from gangrene. And the thing is, she didn't die because like the gangrene killed her. She died because like she died from shock, because she was too elderly to get amputated. So she ended up dying from shock. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It was the most random thing ever. I'm just saying it was the most random thing ever that now officially makes no sense. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Officially makes no sense, because how are you older than my grandma here? When I was 2, 3, my grandma always presented herself as this person. She's over here choreographing. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Choreographing at age 76. And my grandma, like, was just like, no. Christ is coming. Christ is coming. And my days are numbered. I just know it. I'm an older woman, and it's just, oh God. Thank you, Jesus, for heaven. I will come with you soon. I will be with you soon, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Do you understand? And this woman, like, do you understand how things aren't adding up? And then y'all want to be like, oh no, it's her genes. It's her genes. Bitch, goodbye. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Bitch, goodbye. And you don't want to be like, oh, well, you mentioned that your grandmother smoked, so she was obviously weak from all the cigarette smoking. No, she stopped smoking. Hold on, let me see. My mom told me she stopped smoking like 10 years, maybe 20 years before me. Or hold on. So technically, so she didn't smoke for a long time before I was fucking born. So your argument doesn't work. I'm just saying, like, y'all try to keep this theater alive, like this fucking, like, everyone's dying, death is imminent, we're all gonna die. Cher is simply pushing forward, as you can clearly, like, she doesn't even look like she's in pain. Do you understand what I'm talking about? When someone's pushing forward and they're like really striving through because they're weak as hell, like, you can tell. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? This is a whole ass fucking 76-year-old woman doing this. And then we have examples like my fucking grandma that were like 90 at age, like, forever. She was always 90 and always weak and always withering and always suffering. I'm telling you, like, non-fucking stop. Non-stop. Like, she was always fucking talking about how Jesus was coming and the end is soon. The end is soon. The end is coming soon. And she can just feel it in her bones that the end is coming soon. Everyone's gonna die. We're all gonna die soon. So make sure you're correct with Jesus. And we're all gonna die. And death. She would, like, that. I'm telling you, that was like her main subject. Like, I'm being serious. My grandma's, like, main fucking subject, in between everything else, was death. Death. And I'm gonna die soon. And we're all dying, we're all elderly. Like, be grateful that you still have your grandma because she couldn't be here, blah, blah, blah. And she's going to be gone soon, and blah, blah, blah. And I was always like, ever since I was a child, I always had it in my head, like, my grandma's gonna die. She's gonna die soon. She's gonna die soon. She's so elderly. And here we have these women that are just flat out being immortal like it's nobody's business in front of everyone's face. Do you understand? And then y'all want to get into that shit and be like, oh no, now she's a reptilian. She's a reptilian. Bitch, just stop. I'm just saying, just stop. Just stop. Like, just stop. How is a full-blown... So you're telling me she's evil in front of all these people? You're telling me this is a whole-ass fucking monster, an evil, evil monster, dancing in front of these people? Like, delivering a soulful performance that can make you cry, really, because it's a beautiful performance. And you're over here telling me this is a reptilian evil monster that's like a prototype. Oh, and then simultaneously y'all will claim, well, Cher died years ago and this is her new robot. Like, I'm just saying, y'all be doing the absolute most when it comes to being absurd, theatrically absurd. Instead of just flat out saying, oh yeah, like, telepathy's real. Oh, and simultaneously this shit, y'all be lying about this. Like, I'm pretty sure 100% of you have this, but y'all be lying. Dude, I swear to fucking God, y'all be fucking lying. Like, I don't know about me because I wasn't born with congenital insensitivity to pain. I feel like that's just something kind of like this, you know, you figure out and you gain as you get older. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like you figure out and gain, like it just comes to you, kind of like walking. You just gain, like you figure it out as you get older. You realize the teleportation is real. You realize the telepathy is real. They fucking flat out, the US government flat out tells you. Now this, like, I swear to fucking God, I don't have it, but I feel like a lot of you do, and I feel like a lot of you are just fucking fake act, like y'all are fucking acting like y'all are in pain. Y'all are acting like y'all are in pain. Like if you can feel pressure, that's the thing. You can definitely feel pressure, but not the pain. Like for example, if I pinch you, let's just say I pinch you really hard, but you don't feel the pain from the pinch, but you feel the pressure from the pinch, and you'll be like, ah, and y'all act extremely dramatic. Like y'all are extremely dramatic when it comes to like stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like y'all scream and holler. And then y'all, it's like, I feel like a lot of you purposely get into car accidents on purpose. Or like y'all know, based on precognition being real, according to this article, that means that y'all know, for example, y'all know that the plane is gonna crash, for example, and y'all get in the fucking doomed plane on purpose because y'all know y'all won't die, y'all know y'all can teleport. It's all telepathic theater, it's all improvised theater, kind of like this video, for example. Like this video is giving me fucking like deliberate like trolling vibes. Because I've been on a plane before and this isn't even scary. Like, and they're over here fucking like, hold on. Let's see if we can get loud enough sound. Hold on. Hold on. One second. Like, give me 1 second. Like, hold on. Like, do you understand? Like, this isn't even turbulence. This is the plane just turning its wings. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like y'all have the telepathy. Y'all have the clairvoyance. Y'all know what's gonna happen. Like, I mean, I don't know. Turbulence can be a bit unpredictable, but it's not scary like that. Like, I'm just saying, like, y'all are fucking painting it as if, like, that's what I'm saying, because planes are not designed to crash. They are designed meticulously. I'm talking about designed meticulously. So now I'm figuring out that plane crashes are all drama. Designed as in achieved or maintained by careful and deliberate effort. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Deliberately planned. Like, obviously these plane crashes are deliberately planned, and then y'all teleport into a completely different body. Everyone knows that you didn't die. Y'all teleport into different bodies. And then y'all flat out paint it as if y'all died, because then the images of the plane crash make it seem gruesome and horrible. Like, it's just the most tragic thing ever. And then the family shows up at the airport for some strange reason. Like, I'm just saying, like, why would you show up at the airport in this day of technology after you hear about a plane crash? Do you understand? Like, why would you, like, do you understand what I'm talking about? You heard about a plane crash and you know undeniably that a plane crash happened. Wouldn't you, like, stay at home? Like, I don't know how to describe it. Why would you go to the fucking airport with all of these other people to scream and holler at the airport? That's just why I'm saying, like, a lot of these things are very dramatic. Like, they just make no fucking sense. Because these planes, I've been studying planes, and I've been realizing, like, wait, hold up. Like, these planes are designed too meticulously for there to even be an accident. Do you understand what I mean? Like, they're designed too meticulously. I'm telling you, you have to study. the anatomy of a plane and the material that's used on, like, for planes. Like, do you understand what I mean? Like, that's just what I'm saying. Like, I feel like a lot of this shit is deliberate. Like, these plane crashes and emergency landings, like, they're all deliberate. Like, people deliberately do that stuff to, like, for drama. Like, do you understand what I mean? Because planes aren't designed to crash. They're designed to literally, like, withstand, like, forces that are just unbelievably, like, for lack of a better word, uncanny. They, for crying out loud, they fly planes into fucking hurricanes. Into fucking category 5 fucking hurricanes, and you're telling me planes are just blowing up for no fucking reason in the middle of the fucking sky, and then they're just like, oh, well, we had no idea, so now we're updating all the planes. What are you talking about? Like, for example, the whole 737 MAX thing that happened with Boeing, it's like, what? Like, that's very dramatic. Do you understand what I'm talking about? How are these, like, expert engineers that are just beyond, when it comes to engineering, beyond experts? Like, they fucking hire the experts of the experts of the experts of the experts. How are they gonna make such a fucking, like, a mistake like that and just not notice? Do you understand? And then for one plane to crash, and then the other one crashes, and they're like, oh wait, we're sorry, we had no idea, bro. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Something's not adding up. Something's not adding up, because planes are not designed to crash. And then I just called out how teleportation is real and telepathy is real, and precognition. It says it right here. Precognition. It's an observable fact that's proven by fucking science, by the fucking US government. And you're telling me that these people had no fucking idea that that plane was going to crash? No, you're deliberately getting into that plane, knowing that it's going to crash. You're being dramatic. And then before, it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you teleport your soul out of that fucking body before it fucking crashes. And then you fucking go to another fucking, like, new body somewhere else on Earth. And everyone knows you're still fucking alive. And you're fucking playing the theatrical, oh no, I'm dead shit, which you aren't. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because according to this, you can't fucking die. I'm just saying. You can't die if you have clairvoyance. You can't die if you have telepathy. You can't. Like, do you understand what I mean? It just makes no fucking sense. Like, do you understand what I mean? It makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. You can't die if you know what's going to happen in the future. Because who the fuck, knowing that they're going to die, if death is imminent, gets on a plane knowing damn well that that plane is going to fucking crash? So that means that people are deliberately getting into planes and playing this whole, we have no idea. And while the plane falls, they're all screaming, ah, ah, like this fucking video right here, deliberately doing it for the troll, for the drama. Hold on. Like, do you understand? Like, that's not even turbulence. That's just the plane adjusting itself. Like, do you understand? Like, that's not even heavy turbulence. Anyway, so I'm just saying, like, people deliberately get on planes and act like they're gonna fucking die. And then they teleport their bodies. I don't know how, not their bodies, but their souls, and like materialize elsewhere. And the family's fully aware that they didn't die. But they go for the drama, and they go for the theater, and go to the fucking airport and use the fucking airport as a fucking theatrical stage, so that the media shows up, and then the media comes up with the most ridiculous fucking stories. Like, hold on, like, the fact that the word drama is even fucking being used. Hold on. Like, there's this art, like, do you see this? This one right here, CBS Evening News. They were talking about passenger described screaming. Do you see how that's drama? Screaming on Delta flight amid 29,000 foot descent. And dude, like, I'm being serious. They made this sound like, Number one, it's like the woman talking about it talks about how it's a dramatic descent, so you can obviously tell it's fake, like, you know. And they talked about how it dropped like 29,000 feet in the span of like 4 minutes or like 8 minutes or something. And then when I looked up the actual data, planes, like, I mean, it was a pretty fast descent. It was a pretty faster than normal, but it wasn't a nose drop. Do you understand? It wasn't a nose drop that would make people fucking go insane and scream. That's just what I'm saying. Like, something's weird. I'm just saying, like, people are, like, for example, this is dramatic. Like, what pilot gets on a fucking intercom and asks the passengers to pray? Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? How this is dramatic? Like, a fully experienced pilot is telling, like, that knows the ins and outs of the fucking anatomy and the physics of everything of the fucking plane, is over here telling the passengers to pray. Like, bitch, bye. This is dramatic. I'm just saying, like, people know what's going on, then they play it like they don't. Kind of like with the whole Cher thing, y'all play it like she's not immortal. You are playing it like plane crashes are genuine and real, and everyone's fucking dying, everyone's suffering 24 fucking 7. Then you have Meghan Trainor saying that she's from outer space. Hold on. Then you have Meghan Trainor saying that she comes from outer space, so she's just joking, right? So it's a bit too out of line to believe that she comes from outer space, but this isn't out of line. Telepathy is real, clairvoyance is real, knowledge of future events are real. The government flat out stated the telepathy, teleportation is real. Flat out, they just use fine words to try to make, instead of flat out just getting to the point, they just use fine words and use the word information. They said teleportation involves the transportation of information. They said in the quantum world, which is literally the real world, like, because everything practically is made up of subatomic particles. So technically, in the real world, teleportation involves the transportation of information rather than the transportation of matter. Information is matter, okay? We're about to get into how it is matter. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Information. Materials. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Materials. When somebody asks you what's the matter, they're asking you what's the information. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? And technically, matter is information when you think about it. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, this just, they're flat out in like fine words saying teleportation is real without flat out just saying, oh, it's just real. Yes, goodbye. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Yes, goodbye. That's it. Do you understand? And it should be like that. It should be like, is teleportation real? Yes. And that should have been it and nothing else. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Nothing else. Just yes, and that's it. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But instead they said yes, but blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But they said yes in a very eloquent way. Like, I don't understand how to describe it. But anyway, teleportation is real, and if it happens in the quantum world, it's happening in the real world. People can fucking do it because there have been many accounts throughout history, even in the fucking Bible, the dramatic Bible, talking about how it's fucking real and telepathy's real. And they also talked about how not only Jesus wasn't the only one with supernatural powers. Other people in the Bible, other people in the Bible had it. So obviously you can deduce that other people right now have it, like Cher. Like, lying ass Cher. The whole, I'm elderly and I'm dying and I'm still pushing. Oh no. Look at this. Look at that energy. Hold on. And she's 76, right? Right. Like, you saw how she came out? She came out with all that energy, and then she resorted to but wait, I'm an elderly woman. So I can't dance too hard. But then she came out with all this force like it's nobody's business. Like, do you understand? At age 76. But yet I just told you how my grandma at age 74 was like, no, my days are not, there aren't many more days for me. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, my sweet Savior. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And then half of you will be like, oh, but she sold her soul to Satan. And that's why she has all this energy. Like, do you understand how y'all make no sense? Like, y'all literally make no sense at this point. So I'm just going to keep it right there. And y'all just fucking annoying. I'm just gonna keep it right there because the theater at this point is annoying. Like, it's annoying when you get this information, when you get it from the US government. It's annoying when you get it from the US government and Harvard doctors, like, you know, the professional, like, medical doctors, you know what I'm talking about? The Harvard doctors. It's annoying when y'all engage in theater. Do you understand? And I know the truth. What are other words for theater? So hold on, let me type this in. Theater. Theater is, hold on, this is the actual place where it should be happening, not in the streets like y'all do. Y'all do theater all over the streets, all over the place. Drama. Hold on. Now let's find antonyms for theater. No, this isn't it. This isn't it. Hold on. Let me type this. I know what the antonyms for theater are. That's not it. That's another form of theater. Comedy. Hold on. This is it. This is it. The opposite of drama. It's fact, materiality, reality, truth, documentary, nonfiction. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about? The opposite of a lie, the truth. Drama is a lie. Drama is a fucking lie. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Drama is a lie. For example, this is dramatic, but she's exposing the truth in between. But she's still trying to play it like I'm still the withering older woman that literally just came out like this. I'm the withering older woman with so much work done, but also simultaneously forget all that energy I got, okay? I'm just saying, I want to see my great grandma again. I just do, because like, I just want to see my great grandma again. But goodbye. Y'all are fucking annoying. All of you, goodbye.